Hello, this is Susan Rice. I'm a student of occupational therapy from Washington University on fieldwork with the American Stroke Foundation. Today, I would like to speak with you about home hazards, how to spot hazards and prevent falls. On the agenda for today, we'll begin with an icebreaker called Spot the Hazard. Then, we will move into learning about hazards with hazard hints. After that, we will put our knowledge to practice with Practice Makes Perfect. And finally, we will wrap up. Let's spot the hazard. I will present images which show some safety hazards. Pause the video and find a few hazards. I will then highlight a couple of hazards that may be the same or different than what you identified. In this image, the individual has reduced the chance of falling by sitting down and conserving energy rather than standing during the activity. However, the number of items plugged into the outlet is a fire hazard. In this image, the child is seated on a stool and does not appear to be able to touch the floor. This could pose a fall hazard. Additionally, the child is playing with toys and eating small colorful candies next to the medication. If the adult is inattentive, the child may accidentally consume the medication. In this image, we see a long cord spreading across the walkway. This is a fall hazard, as someone could trip on it. Additionally, if they did trip, the corners of these tables are quite sharp and would increase the likelihood of injury. In this final icebreaker image, we see an individual with a long sleeve, which could potentially dip into whatever's cooking on the stove and causing a hazard. So we looked at some hazards that are fall related and some that weren't. But why should we hone in on falls? What is the big deal with falls? Well, first, they are dangerous. Falls are the leading cause of injury and injury-related mortality in older adult populations. Second, they are a common risk. Approximately 1 in 3 community-dwelling adults aged 65 and older fall each year. And stroke survivors have been recorded as falling over 3.5 times as often as their peers. Finally, falls are a compounding risk. Those who have experienced a previous fall are at greater risk of falling again. Now that we know the problem, what can we do about it? First, we can identify fall hazards. By becoming aware of our surroundings and identifying potential fall hazards, we become aware of the risks. Once they've been identified, we can remove these fall hazards, whether by cleaning, rearranging, or remodeling. Many home hazards can be removed. And once they are removed, we are able to more deeply enjoy life. Removing hazards and relieving fear of falling can improve your quality of life. Now that we know generally what to do with it, let's dig into some examples. With Practice Makes Perfect, we'll begin in the bathroom and highlight a few key points. In this bathroom, we see an unsafe bath rug. While we don't want to have a slippery wet floor, we also don't want a tripping hazard with this rumpled rug. Choosing a rug with a strong non-skip backing or securing it with rug tape is one option for removing this hazard. Additionally, there's a lack of grab bars in the tub, in the shower area, or even near the toilet. These should be implemented by trained professionals, professionally installed by a carpenter or other builder. If installed incorrectly, they can still be dangerous. Likewise, towel rods or toilet paper dispensers should not make a substitute for grab bars. If the toilet is too high or too low, something like a seat riser or a seat with handlebars may be appropriate. Additionally, inside the tub or shower, we want to avoid a slippery area. To remove this hazard, we can invest in a non-slip bath mat or something of that like. If the tub is too high to get into, a tub transfer bench may be recommended by your doctor or therapist as an appropriate way to get over the height of a tub. If you need to sit down while showering or bathing, a shower chair may be an appropriate choice, along with a handheld shower spout so that you don't have to turn around while showering. Additionally, clutter can generally be cleaned up. And if the grab bars are incorrectly placed, they may also not be appropriate, and a therapist could help you identify whether they are correct. In the living room, again, we see a throw or scatter rug. While you could tape it down, it's also important to consider whether it's absolutely necessary. Again, clutter can be organized or donated. Electrical cords can be rerouted so they do not cross pathways. If there's poor lighting, lamps can use bulbs of a higher wattage, if that is what they're rated for, or overhead lights can be used as well. Unstable furniture can be repaired, perhaps, or donated, and items that are broken, such as a broken chair, should be discarded. If it's difficult to access light switches, a clapper light may be an option, or motion activated, or positioning lamps appropriately so they are near the point of access. If there's not enough space to move around, rearranging may be in order to create adequate walkways. In the bedroom, we see the same issue with clutter. Electrical cords can also be across the walkways here, so they should check for that. There may be an unsafe carpet that is uneven, torn, or curled up, or a throw or scatter rug. These should be removed if possible, or secured safely if they must be kept. The height of the bed can be resolved in many ways, whether by secure bed risers or removing box springs. Most people have their cell phone by their bed these days, but a nightlight could be installed, and all items needed could be within reach from the bed, so there's no need to get up in the middle of the night. Additionally, a therapist can help you find the right device to help you get in and out of bed. In this last area of the home that we will consider, the kitchen has many that we have seen before. Here, however, cabinets may be too high or low, and the items needed to be accessed can be placed on the lower shelves. If there's not enough counter space, things can again be donated or rearranged. Individuals should not use a stool or chair to reach things up high. Asking for help is important. If there's not enough room, this may also pose a fall hazard. Again, throw and scatter rugs are quite common, and slippery floors may occur, so spills should be cleaned promptly. Poor lighting may be hazardous, and often in kitchens you can see pets underfoot when attempting to prepare meals. To wrap up, I hope you will have these 4 takeaways. First, hazards exist in homes and increase the risk of falls. Second, I hope you feel that you know how to spot some hazards, and you understand ways of reducing fall hazards. Finally, ask yourself this question: where will you look for fall hazards this week or weekend? Thank you. Goodbye.